Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff. Today, I'm reviewing the song Jeweler's Hands by Arctic Monkeys. As always, the song comes to you as a request from my viewers, so if you want to request something, just leave it in the comments and I'll be sure to add it to my list. So at this point, I've heard plenty of music from the Arctic Monkeys, at least like 20 songs just on my channel alone. So I know they have plenty of albums and there's more to listen to, but this is a highly popular request from them, so I knew I wanted to get to it sooner rather than later. I say sooner, it's been requested for months and months and months and months now, but we finally got to it. This is, so I kind of know what to expect going in, so let's just jump right in. This is The Jeweler's Hands, again by Arctic Monkeys. Here we go.
Once again irritate. Tread softly, stranger, move over toward the danger that you seek. You think excitement has receded, then the mirror distracts. The logic of the trance quickly reaches and grasps. Handsome and faceless and weightless, your imagination roams.
It's different.
In the moonlight they're more thrilling, those things that he knows, as he leads you through the grinning bubble blowers in the snow. Watching his exit was like falling off the ferry in the night. The inevitables gather to push you around. Any other voice makes such a punishing sound. He became laughter's assassin shortly after he showed you what it was. And now it's no one's fault but yours. At the foot of a house of cards, you thought you'd never get obsessed. You thought the wolves would be impressed, and you're a sinking
It was fun. It was fun. There were definitely some parts that I liked about it. I just, when I've heard other Arctic Monkeys, to me this album overall just isn't as this doesn't grab me as much as some of their other work does. I've heard a good number of songs off this particular album. Crying Lightning probably being my favorite that I've heard from this album so far. But really, that's like the one song from this album that I constantly come back to, and not much else. And let me take a quick look what I have listened to so far from this album. I've heard Crying Lightning, like I said. I've heard Secret Door, which is actually not on my playlist right now. Cornerstone is on my playlist. I really don't listen to it too much. Dance a Little Liar is not on my playlist right now. I can't remember if I've done Pretty Visitors or not. I know I have it recommended. And then now I've done the Jeweler's Hands, I should say. And I'm having a hard time sort of getting into this particular album from them. And I know it's definitely, I think definitely because it is a very different sound than what I'm used to from them. I mean, from the other songs that I've heard off of AM and What People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. I think that's what that album's called, right? Like the songs I hear off of those albums, I really enjoy a lot. I listen to quite regularly. And what's the one with 505 on it? That's Favorite Worst Nightmare. That's probably my favorite album from theirs so far, from just the number of songs that I've heard on there that I like and that are on my playlist and that I listen to. And I gotta say, this is to me just not doing it for me on this album. Like, the song was fine. I mean, it was a fine listen. But do I think I'm going to put it on my playlist and really listen to it over and over again? Honestly, probably not. I just, and I think, this definitely, from what I've read, marked a shift in sort of their sound. And I can see it's produced by Josh Homme, and I really get that sort of vibe from it, that it's very sort of, I don't know, sludgy and dark in many ways. And I wonder how much of that is his influence. Which I like Josh Homme. I like Queens of the Stone Age, probably one of the favorite bands that I've heard in recent memory. It's just this album doesn't quite do it for me, and I hate to disappoint because this was a huge request on the channel, but I'm just having a hard time getting into it. But anyway, let's break the song down like we always do, of course, starting with the lyrics. So let's first read a little bit about the song. The song is basically about the idea of having an affair. In an interview with XFM, Alex Turner said that this song meaning was very similar to Catapult. In fact, in this song, just like in Catapult, the girl, despite having a boyfriend, feels completely attracted to a guy and ends up having an affair with him, which immediately leads her to an extreme regret. Alex himself played all the keyboard parts. According to him, this is their first song where no guitar is played by him. Nice. I think that was part of it too, was that some of the guitar work that this band has really shown me from what I've been listening to has been phenomenal. I mean, it really took me by surprise. And to not really get that just iconic guitar work from them, I feel like has been definitely a little disappointing. With that said, I did like what he was able to do on keyboard. And I'm supposed to talk about the lyrics first. Let's start there. So, fiendish wonder in a carnival's wake, dull caress once again irritate. Tread softly, stranger, move over toward the danger that you seek. You think excitement has receded, then the mirror distracts. The logic of the trance quickly reaches and grasps, handsome and faceless, and weightless your imagination runs. So I kind of like this whole carnival metaphor here in the lyrics. And now it's no one's fault but yours at the foot of the house of cards. You thought you'd never get obsessed. You thought the wolves would be impressed. And you're a sinking stone, but you know what it's like to hold the jeweler's hands, the procession of pioneers all drowned. Very sort of esoteric and just kind of, you have to dig beneath the surface, I think, for the meaning here. In the moonlight, they're more thrilling, those things that he knows as he leads you through the gritting bubble blowers in the snow. Watching his exit was like falling off the ferry in the night. The inevitables gathered to push you around. Any other voice makes such a punishing sound. He became laughter's assassin shortly after he showed you what it was. And now it's no one's fault but yours at the foot of the house of cards. You thought you'd never get obsessed. You thought the wolves would be impressed, and you're a sinking stone, but you know what it's like to hold the jeweler's hand, that procession of pioneers all drowned. Yeah, I mean, without that person telling me that, the annotation here saying that it was about, cheating or whatever, I probably would have never gotten that, honestly, just from reading these very sort of, a lot of metaphors in these lyrics here. If you've a lesson to teach me, I'm listening, ready to learn. There's no one here to police me. I'm sinking until the return. If you've a lesson to teach, please don't deviate, don't be afraid. Without the last corner piece, I can't calibrate. Let's get it ingrained. If you've a lesson to teach me, I'm listening, ready to learn. There's no one here to police me. I'm sinking in until the return. If you've a lesson to teach, please don't deviate, don't be afraid. Without the last corner piece, I can't calibrate. Let's get it ingrained. Yeah, I mean, I just, like... very hard to understand lyrics for me here. I don't know if my brain's just turned off right now or if it's just too seeped in metaphor, but if you've a lesson to teach me, I'm listening, ready to learn. There's no one here to police me. I'm sinking in until the return. So I guess it's about cheating. I think it's very creatively written. I'll give it that much. I honestly don't know if I can really sift through and pull out like a meaning for anybody. So sorry. I'll give it one thumb up lyrically. As far as the instrumentation goes, there was actually a lot to like in the instrumentation here. Very iconic in the bass. I think one thing that has also surprised me about Arctic Monkeys is how much I really like the bass throughout most of their songs. Really provides a nice rhythm, a nice groove for the song. So I really like what the bassist was doing here. I actually really did like the keys. It was very reminiscent of like a Tinkerer's Workshop type feeling there. So I did like that quite a bit. Alex Turner, I think, always does a great job on vocals. If not here, just a little bit too like muddied, and just wasn't as fun to listen to. There was a moment in the song where I thought it was really going to pick up, and we were going to fly off the handle. Like the drummer came in with a nice like little fill there, and we were moving into another part of the song, and they definitely picked up the pace a little bit and kind of picked up the energy a little bit. But it was still, like I said, very like just sludgy and just hard to vibe out to, I feel like. So it definitely lost me with how sort of the same it sounded throughout the song. I was hoping that they would really hit you with like a 505 where it's like it's one way for half the song, and then in the second half of the song they just rock you out. I was kind of hoping for that. That really would have elevated the song a lot for me, but didn't quite do that here. So, I mean, instrumentally, I give it a thumb up. It wasn't too exciting for me, but definitely some good elements in the song that I can definitely appreciate. As far as replay value goes, I got to be honest with this one. I'm probably not going to listen to it too many times again. I'll probably give it a second listen just to be completely fair. But I did not have as good of a time with this song as I have with other Arctic Monkeys songs, and I wonder if this album has been sort of divisive for Arctic Monkeys fans, because it definitely is divisive for me in the sense that a lot of people seem to like tracks off of this album and hold this album in high regard, and I just can't seem to get into it, So maybe there's some other songs on the album that just make me feel a little bit more at home with Arctic Monkeys, but willing to give anything a shot, really. So still, thank you everybody for all the people who requested this song. Like I said, this was a pretty popular request, and I hate to disappoint, but I have to be honest. So as always, if you want to request something, just leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to add it to my list. If you enjoyed the music, go check out the artists, go support them wherever you can. And of course, if you want to support me, just all the normal stuff you do on YouTube, like and subscribe and comment. All right, guys, that's going to be it. I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.